Okay, we're about to learn how to use the measuring tape. Pardon me, I have already drawn some lines representing the tape. Okay, now if you observe, there are lines that cut across the tape from top to bottom, that's whole. Lines like this. Okay, now I would want to enlarge your tape, so let me use space of 3 inch. Let's represent this line cutting the tape hole. These lines on the tape actually represent whole numbers. Numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, complete numbers. Okay, so going by that, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, right? And so they go. So this is like this is like this line, and then this is like this line. What about this line? Where is it? It's not there because the paper is not enough. It's out face. Okay, this one is simple for you to accumulate now. Sure, good. If this is 1, 2, 3, what is this place? 0. Good. So if this is 0, this is 1. You know, 1 actually starts from somewhere to somewhere. Okay, it's not as if this point is 1. 1 is the distance from here to this place. 2 will now be what? The distance from where? From here to. No. 2 is the distance from the same 0 next to this place. 2 is not the distance from here to here, no. 2 is the distance from here to here. Okay? Likewise, 3 is what? Very good. 3 is the distance from here to here. You get me clearly? Good. Okay, so having done that, let's go back to our theory of halves. Like we said, there's a set of lines, there are sets of other lines that actually they are long, but they are not as long as the first one we already talked about. Okay, these are the next longest lines, and they actually divide each of these divisions into equal halves, into 2 equal halves. Okay, so all we need to do now is locate the halves of this. Okay, the lines didn't extend to the bottom, they stopped somewhere halfway of the tape, so I'll just use a faint line to represent that. So I'll draw it. These are halves. Okay, that's like saying this is 0 and a half. You call half after a whole number. You call half after a whole number. This is 0 and a half. That's if your measurement leads you to this place. Okay, this place is what? 1 and a half. Let me write it down. So they are halves. So this is 0 and a half. 1.5, 2.5, 3, and the half is not there. Are we together? Now if you observe the tape again, there are other sets of lines, okay, that are next in length to this one we just finished talking about. And which lines? These ones, okay?
Yes.
This set of lines again divide these halves that we just finished dividing into another set of halves, okay, and they are next in length to our half marks. Okay, if I draw that faintly, all I need to do now is come and locate. Let me see. Okay, I can use 4 centimeters to locate the half of each of the half divisions. Each of them. Okay, they extend from the top of the tape like that. Now these marks are half of the half.
Yes.
Half of a half. There's a language we use to represent half of a half. What's the language? It's quarter. Okay, so we represent this as what? Quarters. Okay, quarter, 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 quarter. Okay.
Yes.
So now how do we go about naming this part? This is 0 and what? Quarter, right? Now this one you have to call the closest whole that you can mention before it and then include it. So if your measurement stops here, you say what? Half and quarter. Okay, okay. If your measurement stops here, you now say what? 1 and quarter. Okay, if your measurement stops here, you now say what? No, there's a 1 that you have missed, so it will now be 1 and half and quarter, not half quarter. And you have to put the word and. Okay, 1 and half, because the biggest, you cannot say 1 and quarter and half, no. Okay, 1 and half and quarter. Okay, this one becomes what? 2 and quarter. This is what? 2 and half and quarter. Okay, now there's another way you can represent these ones. If this is a quarter, this is a quarter, this is a quarter. How many quarters do we have here?
3.
Good. So you can just say 3 quarters instead of saying half and quarter. Okay, you can just say 1, 2, 3 quarters. Is that it? Okay, now come to the next division. There's another one here, there's another one here, and there's another one here. So we can go straight and say 1 and 3 quarters. Is that okay? There's another one here, one here, one here. We can now say what? 2 and 3 quarters. Are we together? Are we together?
Yes,
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Get the logic. Then finally, if you observe your tape again, you will see that there are additional tiny marks. Okay, they are the smallest. They are shorter than the ones we just finished analyzing. Okay, they are shorter than those ones. Okay, so, and they also in turn divide the quarters into halves, equal halves. So I'll just locate the midpoint of all of them. I may not be perfect, but let's hope that the idea is passed. Okay, so, and then these lines are actually the shortest, so I'll use a faint line to represent where they will stop, come up. Now, these lines are half of the quarters we already have, so we call them like that. Okay, half of quarters. Okay, now, so this is 0.5 of quarter. Of course, it's just half of quarter, right? And then remember, this is your quarter. Okay,
Yes.
okay, now this one is actually a mark representing half of quarter. Then the biggest value before it is a quarter, so we will name it as what? Quarter and half of quarter. That word "and" is the same thing as plus. So by saying quarter and half of quarter is like saying quarter plus half of it. Okay, so this is half and half of quarter. This is half and quarter. This is half and quarter and half of quarter. Yeah, sometimes it can be that long. You don't have choice, you just have to pronounce it that way. Okay, this is 1.5 of quarter. This is 1 and what? Quarter. This one is what? 1 and quarter and half of quarter. This one is 1 and half and good. This is 1 and half and quarter and half of quarter, or we can say this is 1 3/4 and half of quarter. Okay, then this one is what? 2.5 of quarter. So goes the logic of the tape. Do you understand?
I'm confused in this which says 3/4.
We already established that if you have 1/4, 2/4 and 3/4, you can just call the three of them 3/4. So we have 1 as a whole. So this is one whole number, 3/4, right?
Yeah.
And then what? Half of quarter. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, that is just that's about the tape. Okay, that's that about the tape. Any questions so far? Now I'll give you an added knowledge of the tape that might make things a bit easy for you. Now if you observe the tape throughout, you notice that the whole bit is divided into 8 divisions. 0 is not part of the division because it's the starting point. Okay, now this whole number is divided into how many parts? 1, 2, 8. You already counted, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we can go ahead and say, like, this part, concentrating on this part now, we can go ahead and say this part is 0 over 8. 8 is the whole. The next one will be what? 1 over 8. The next one will be what? 2 over 8, 3 over 8, 4 over 8, 5 over 8, 6 over 8, 7 over 8. This is what? 8 over what? 8. And 8 over 8 is what? Let's start from here. 8 over 8 is what? Is 1. 8 divided by 8 is 1. This 1 plus this 1 is what? 2. Are you seeing it?
Yes.
Now 7 over 8 cannot be divided. Okay, that's the base of the fraction. So this can remain like that. Okay, 6 over 8 can be reduced to what? 2 here is 3, 2 here is what? 4. So it will be what? 3 over 4, 3 quarters. So this part is what? 3 over 4. Okay, 5 over 8, can it be reduced? No, it can't be reduced, so we leave it like that. Okay, now 4 over 8, can it be reduced?
Yes.
2 here is what? 2. 2 here is what? 4. 2 here again is 1. 2 here is what? 2. So this is what? 1 over 2, which is the same thing as our what? Half. Now 3 over 8, can it be reduced? Let's see. No. So it remains what? 3 over 8. 2 over 8, can it be reduced?
Yes.
It can be reduced to 1 over 4. Okay?
Yes, sir.
1 quarter. Then 1 over 8, can it be reduced?
No.
It cannot be reduced. So it remains like that. 0 over 8 is what?
0.
Is 0. 0 plus 1. 1.
1.
So the line still remains there. Do you understand? Does it make any sense?
Yes.
Alright. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Now, finally, if you use a calculator to calculate these things and punch them in your calculator, you're going to be getting figures like here would be 1. Of course, 0 plus 1 is 1. This will give you 0.125. This will give you what? 0.25. This will give you 0.375. This will give you 0.5. This will give you 0.625. This will give you what? 0.75. Then this will give you 0.875. And then this will give you what? 1. Was that too fast? What I'm saying is this: if you punch these values in calculator, okay, this part will give you what? 0.125. This part will give you what? 0.25. This part will give you what? 0.75. This will give you what? 0.5. This will give you what? 0.625. This will give you what? 0.75. And this will give you what? 0.875. I can say use 0.75. I can say use 0.625, or I can just say, instead of saying use 0.625, I can say use half and half of quarter. Or I can now say use 5/8, or I can say use 3/8. 3/8 is mostly our sewing allowance, so you'll be hearing this more often. Use 3/8, use 3/8. Like, what is 3/8? This is where I'm talking about. Okay, or we can say use 1/2 of quarter. Okay, of course, this is your tape, and taking a linear measurement is quite easy and direct. You just take the reading of the spot where the mark it represents stops. But now, what confuses most people is when the tape have to go around that pass. Actually, some people read this as 15. Okay, they take the reference of this mark and then align it with the 15 and call it 15. It is wrong. This is actually 14. You read from where the 0 mark cuts the other part of the tape. Are we together? So likewise, this is 27 1/4. This is 29.5. This is 32 3/4. 32 3/4. This is 35 1/4. This is 36 1/2 quarter. Okay, so don't make the mistake of coming to take your reading with reference to this line. No, you take your reading with reference to the beginning of the tape. Is that okay? That's when you have to measure, and then the measurement goes around. Do you understand? Yeah. So with this, we have come to the end of the class about how to use your measuring tape. I hope you've learned something really helpful today.